Hello everyone. Today we have WWE's brand new pay-per-view Day 1 on the schedule. And it didn't feel like a revolutionary or a special pay-per-view. It felt just like another one. It's all a preparation for the Royal Rumble. But of course there is something to discuss. Let's go. On the pre-show, New Alliance, Sheamus and Rich Holland faced off with Ricochet and Cesaro. Why? For what? What is that going to lead to? Maybe to push Rich Holland, to give him another win. But after 2 minutes from the start, Rich Holland took botched shooting star press from Ricochet and busted his nose. And he was sent backstage, and that's why Sheamus left alone against two. But nobody would believe for a second that Sheamus was gonna lose here, and after torturing Ricochet and bro kick to Cesaro, Sheamus won the match. But I just want to remind you that less than a year ago Cesaro beat Daniel Bryan many times, beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and fought for the Universal Championship with Reigns in the main event of pay-per-view. But let's go to the main part of the show, where the first match was between two great tag teams who have been in such a legendary long-time rivalry already and still fight each other every week. The Usos versus the New Day. And it was the best match of the show in my opinion, because these guys know each other so well, and they just could not fail. And it was much better than any of their matches on SmackDown recently. They even kicked out of each other's finishes once by once. But finally the Usos hit 3D out of nowhere and defended the championships. They suffered many losses for past 2 months from the New Day. Day 1 is their pay-per-view, and that's why of course they must have won. Next match is so strange. Drew McIntyre vs funny Madcap Moss. Here we have meaningless feud, meaningless match, and it's all okay. But even more than that, we got to watch 10 minutes of that by knowing that McIntyre will win obviously. I expected a fast squash like it was with Jinder Mahal. And of course Drew McIntyre got the win. And it's also obvious that McIntyre will fight Corbin on the Royal Rumble to finish this feud. Red Prophet challenged RK Bro for Raw Tag Team titles. And here RK Bro once again had another trick. They made their way down to the ring with Migos, special guests of Day 1. There is no comparison between Raw Tag Team Division and SmackDown Tag Team Division, but at least it was a funny mediocre match to fill the card, to cheer up the crowd. But of course it's early for RK Bro to lose the championships now, and one great moment to mention is the end where Riddle lifted Montesford up and Randy hit his beautiful RKO and pinned him. Then these two teams and Migos shook hands, showed respect and threw a party. At backstage, Corbin and Moss attacked McIntyre 2-on-1, who got injured by storyline, and I guess before the Royal Rumble he will return and challenge Corbin to a match at the Royal Rumble to destroy him. We have a legendary Edge going up against The Miz. This feud needed to happen, because they both have had long top heel careers, but difference between them is that The Miz is always annoying, complaining, while Edge is the ultimate opportunist and earns everything. That's why they always have something to talk about on the microphone. Even the match itself took 20 minutes. At one moment Miz was in the crossface, but Maurice placed his foot on the rope, and after that Miz took the initiative and hit the skull-crushing finale. But Edge kicked out, and then wife of Edge, Beth Phoenix, appeared and took care of Maurice, and after all Edge speared the Miz and got the W. One-sided feud at the moment. Let's wait for the mixed tag team match at the Royal Rumble. And this is finally the main event time, and yes, the main event, because Roman Reigns got COVID-19 and can't compete at the show, and that's why his Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar will not happen. But instead of that, Lesnar was added 5th participant to the WWE Championship match, and that's why this is now fatal 5-way match for the WWE Championship between Owens, Rollins, Lashley, Big E and Lesnar. Very saturated, many lines. Here we have Rollins and Lesnar, Big E and Lesnar. Lashley and Lesnar meet for the first time. Lesnar came out last and of course was in the spotlight. And that's why he was immediately attacked by everyone. I must tell about Lashley spearing Lesnar through the barricade. It was their first ever meeting. Rollins and Owens worked very well together for some time by taking out everyone. Brock got back up, destroyed everyone except Lashley, who speared him for the second time. Locked up the hurt lock. The Beast did not get out, but Big E came from behind and hit Lashley with the big ending. tried the same thing to Brock, but Brock hit the F5 and won the WWE Championship. And what can I say? It's like mixed emotions, fast match. They needed at least 5 more minutes. Would be much better. And strange thing is that Brock has ongoing feud with Reigns on SmackDown. While Owens, Rollins, Lashley and Big E have a feud on Raw, but Brock just comes out and wins the Raw Championship in an 8-minute match. But since that happened, it's obvious that these two monsters, Lashley and Lesnar, will finally have a one-on-one match, and it will happen at the Royal Rumble. The time has finally come. Two human wrecking machines, two explosive powerhouses. Because only Lashley did something to Lesnar in this match. So, let's wait for the history to come. After he won, Brock even laughed at the face of Bobby Lashley. But for the show in general, just like I already said, except the main event, all matches were so predictable, that's why it was just another pay-per-view. Nothing revolutionary. 6.5 out of 10. Chaos is going to start after this show and will last until WrestleMania. Thank you all for watching this video. Click subscribe to watch more like this one. See you later.